Welcome aboard the only NFL podcast where the tea's hot, the stakes are hotter, and yes, we always mind the snap.
We are broadcasting straight from a land of footy and fish and chips, but today it's all about touchdowns, turnovers and tight ends. The American kind.
So whether you're a die-hard cheesehead, a Mahomes maniac, or just here for the halftime snacks, we've got your weekly dose of NFL madness, but with a proper British twist.
So buckle up, grab your crisps, and let's dive into the drama, the glory, and the occasional fumble door. This is Mind the Snap. So Ryan, week 6 did not disappoint. Let's rattle off our 5 big headlines, which we think you should know.
I mean, there are some big headlines in the NFL this week. What are we kicking off with, Lee?
Baker Mayfield, MVP frontrunner. So let's start with the biggest shocker, or maybe not so shocking. Baker Mayfield is officially in the MVP conversation. And no, this isn't a fever dream.
No, not at all. I mean, the Bucks are sitting pretty, aren't they, at 5-1 at the minute, and Baker has been surgical. He's thrown for over 1,800 yards. He's got 15 tutties and only just 2 interceptions. I mean, his QBR is hovering around 108, so it's at the minute, and he's leading the league in third down conversion. That's pretty good going.
Yeah, that's where the money is, isn't it? That third down conversion, that's where the money is. And it's not just the numbers. He's commanding that offense. He's making pre-snap reads like a veteran and showing real chemistry with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin.
Yeah, I think when people were saying that he was washed up as well when he was at Cleveland, Carolina, and he had a little short stint at the Rams. I mean, he's definitely got the Tampa fans chanting his name again this season.
Yeah, and if he keeps this up, though, he's not just comeback player of the year. He is a legit MVP threat.
I think he really is, actually. When you watch the form they're in, to be 5-1 in some of the teams they've played, yeah, he's definitely in that conversation at the minute.
Especially with Lamar missing a chunk and Burrow's out. It's
there for the take.
Exactly, there could be some new blood at that top. So I moved on to Love on the Sidelines, the Colts cheerleader proposal. So switching the gears to something a little bit more heartwarming. So did you catch that proposal during the Colts-Cardinals game?
Oh, I did. Right in the middle of a timeout, and one of the Colts cheerleaders was called to the 50-yard line. Her boyfriend, a former college linebacker at saying, was walked out in a custom Marry Me jersey and then dropped down to one knee.
Yeah, and the crowd went nuts for that. She said yes, and then the team rallied in the fourth quarter to pull off a 31-27 win. Talk about a storybook Saturday.
This is it. Video has now got 12 million views on TikTok. Apparently even Travis Kelce's reposted it with the caption, "Love wins." Unless you're playing for the Chiefs.
That is classic Kelce though, isn't it? But seriously, it was a beautiful moment. It's how football brings people together in the wildest ways. So we'll move on from one love affair to another. Danny Boy's Drake May, the fantasy golden Patriots future. So I know we don't want to, but let's talk the Pats. Drake May is cooking in New England, and he's just not hype anymore.
Man, he has been on fire now. He's thrown now for 1,600 yards, similar to old Baker Mayfield. He's got 12 tutties as well through 6 games, and he's averaging 25.4 fantasy points per week. That is mega.
It's not stopping Danny being bottom of the table, is it?
He can't save you there.
Yeah, taking your first pick as Drake May. There's your QB. Your QB1. But he's doing it with some talented players around him. Stephon Diggs, Mark Collins, and the running back machine, Stevenson.
Yeah, I mean, his poise in the pocket has been unreal, especially for someone in his second season. I mean, he's reading the fences like he's been playing football for years now, and he's making a tight window throws look so easy.
Exactly. It's Pats fans haven't had this much hope since Brady left. I think May just might be the guy to bring Foxborough back to life.
Well, they may think that, but they're going to finish second to the Bills. Headline 4, and this is a bit of sad news really. Puka Nacua got a bit of an injury scare this week, so the Rams fans watching Nacua against the Ravens last week, he went down with an ankle injury. Didn't look too good at the time, but...
Yeah, so it limped off in the third quarter after a contested catch near the sideline. The trainers taped him up and he returned late in the fourth, but you could see that he was clearly limited.
Yeah. I mean, he's been Stafford's top target, really, and like you said last week, he's almost like his go-to person now. Yeah. He's already over 700 receiving yards. He's got 5 tutties himself. I mean, if he misses any chunk of time now, that offense is going to take a massive hit.
Oh, it's huge. He's been kind of carrying the Rams in some aspects, hasn't he? He's been Stafford's legs, hasn't he?
Yeah, you nailed it like last week. He's almost got that relationship with Stafford now, like with Mahomes and Kelsey. He's like the go-to person for him, and he's everywhere.
It's like Kelsey with pace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Rams are heading to London to face the Jags next week. Coach McVay is saying it's day to day, but I think fantasy managers and Rams fans are holding their breath.
100%.
So finally, the power rankings. There's some chaos there as the Lions and the Bills tumble. These power rankings are in shambles. The Lions get steamrolled by the Chiefs, and the Bills lost a heartbreaker to the Falcons.
Definitely was a heartbreaker. I'm still sobbing 2 in a row now. I mean, that's 2 top 5 teams taking L's in dramatic fashion, whilst some of them are probably the teams I'm fancied this year, like the Colts, the Bucks and the Packers, they're climbing up those rankings quick.
Yeah. I think I saw a post on X about someone asking if it's 2007 all again.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah. But the Colts are 5-1, with Jones looking sharp. And our Packers defense starts to click. We've had a new number 1 team 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, mate. And that's just a reminder, isn't it, as we've mentioned in other weeks. I mean, the NFL, there are no guarantees. Every week is pretty much a reset button for everyone.
Exactly. So stay with us next, and we have a look back at Week 6 games.
Okay, so welcome back, Snappers. Let's have a review of Week 6 games. So we start with the Giants and the Eagles. Giants 34, Eagles 17. Jackson Dart's redemption. I mean, Jackson Dart, what a comeback after the week before. I mean, he gets cleared mid-game as well from a concussion protocol, and then he immediately leads a 75-yard drive, capped with a rushing TD. That is some true grit there from Mr. Dart.
And what about Cam wrecking ball Scatterboo? 3 touchdowns on the ground, and the Eagles defense just couldn't map him up. They were stunned.
They were, man. I mean, Philly's offense was also a bit out of sync. Hurts was throwing picks, and their run game was stuffed. The Giants' D-line dominated the trenches. I mean, Barkley doesn't look like the same Barkley from last year at the minute, does he?
No, but this win, does this put the Giants in the playoff conversation? And then the Eagles, 2 straight losses. It's got to be tempting that locker room.
Oh, it has. You're right, though. Cam Scatterboo, what a wrecking ball he is. He's a machine, isn't he? Yeah. Fair play to the Giants.
Yeah. And he's not wide, right, is he?
He's definitely someone you want to go out for a bit, or maybe you don't. Beers on that man. Beers on that man this week.
Exactly, yeah. So going from a shock for us in the Giants Eagles to one that we all predicted last week.
We did.
The Ravens 3, the Rams 17. A Baltimore breakdown. But it was tough to watch. I think Ravens without Lamar just looked lost. Cooper Rush. There was no rushing for him, was there?
No rushing for you, beat me to. There's no rushing for him.
Cooper just 112 yards at 2 turnovers.
I mean, even Matty Stafford, I mean, he wasn't flashy, but he was surgical. 2 TDs in the third quarter, and the Rams' defence pretty much done the rest.
They were cruising, weren't they?
They never looked out of control.
Nate Landman was everywhere, though. 17 tackles, it's a franchise record.
Oh, wow.
And then Quentin Lake, just a turnover machine.
They were good, the Rams. They'd done what they needed to do, didn't they? I mean, the Ravens, can you believe it? The Ravens are now 1-5. That is historically bad. They need Lamar to get back ASAP.
I think the only saving grace for them this season is the Jets.
Yeah, it cannot be as bad as the Jets.
Yeah.
I think the Ravens have got a bye week this week. If I'm wrong, everyone, let me know. But I think they've got a bye week this week to allow players to come back. Which they need it, yeah.
But at the moment, I can't even see them beating the bye week.
No, they won't lose that one. Lee, I'll let you call it. What's the next game we got?
We have Ross's Raiders 20. The Titans or the Minnows, should we say, more, 10. So that defense is winning games. So the Raiders finally snapped their losing streak. Geno Smith, who's efficient, 174 yards and a touchdown. It's not big numbers by any of the top guys, but it's efficient. But it was a defense that stole the show.
It was. Let's go Raiders. Devin White, he led a unit that forced 3 turnovers. I mean, rookie QB Cam Ward had flashes of brilliance, but he did throw 2 picks and a fumbled all from him as well, which is not great.
But what's he got to throw for?
I know, yeah.
I feel sorry for him. As you say, flashes of brilliance in there, but when you haven't got targets, when you've got no one helping you out, no one blocking the turnovers. But Ashton Jones is looking good, isn't he? A rushing touchdown, and then they just control the clock. That's one thing that Geno Smith has brought, isn't it? That just controlling that time. Yeah, the Titans just couldn't get going, and just 42 yards on the grounds.
Yeah,
but
not from the Titans, was it?
No, it's as I say, it's not very Titan-like in that.
No, I mean Vegas needed the win, didn't they? The Raiders needed it.
Yeah,
they're definitely building on from last year. Maybe if they pull some out, maybe they might be surprised, but.
Yeah, so they have been surprising. It's there's been some in some of their losses. They've not been as one-sided, have they? It's only been 1 scores.
They've been close, so never know, Ross. Maybe they'll pull it back.
Yeah.
Jaguars 12, Seahawks 20, missed opportunities, and a towing cost. Jags had this game in their hands, really. I mean, Trevor Lawrence threw 2 beautiful touchdowns, but he also got 2 brutal picks in the red zone.
Yes, yeah. And Sam Darnold, they must be kicking themselves up in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because he finished the season so strong. And, yeah. But he's looking like a veteran out there. 295 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Jackson Smith, Nijigiba, was his go-to guy. 162 yards receiving. He's got wheels, that kid.
He is rapid. I mean, Seattle's defense did bend a little bit, but it didn't break, which is good. I mean, they forced turnovers at key moments, and they did shut down Etienne late.
Yeah. The Jags are talented, but undisciplined. It's penalties and turnovers are killing them.
Yeah.
It's for everything Trevor Lawrence can do.
He's trying. I mean, he has got better. The team do look a lot better. The Jags could have gone either.
His last few weeks, he started to really pay some of that big paycheck back, hasn't he?
He has.
If the defence is not helping them out, and penalties, it's not looking good.
I'm sure they'll be happy with the start to the season, won't they? I'm sure they'll bounce back.
Oh, definitely. Then we're on to... what are we on next?
Chiefs 30, Lions 17. So there was some Mahomes mayhem. Mahomes was going mad, and some Lions madness. So Mahomes was in MVP form this week. He has been all year, but this week for definitely 257 passing yards, 3 tutties himself, and a rushing score. He made Detroit's, very good top-ranked defense look pretty pedestrian.
Yeah, I think he's carried them, hasn't he? It's a good time they're starting to come into their own. That was Travis back to leading the receiving yards for them. He looked sharp. Did Travis there? And if he's looking sharp, then Mahomes has got his man back. They've got players coming back into the game. Worthy got himself a touchdown, didn't he? As he's getting fit.
They got Rashee Rice coming back as well.
Yeah,
They're only going
he's back next week. So they've got through to that 6 games, haven't they?
Yeah.
Managing the games, and I think they're on the up. They could be dangerous for the rest of them. And then Marquise Brown. I think he's got something to say, hasn't he, about Patrick going back there. He was electric. But it was just mad, wasn't it, by that post-game ball. What was Brian Branch thinking about?
God, no.
Punching Juju Smith after a little exchange. It's handbags, isn't it? So what?
Yeah.
Whichever same did with pre-season for Saunders. Pre-season game, handbags, and you just don't do it.
It's heated in the game, I know, I get it, but, move on. Get on to the next one. I mean, that's going to lead to some fines, suspensions probably. But I guess on the field, the Chiefs look dominant, so are they back? We'll see. But they're always going to be there and thereabouts.
Exactly. But we had predicted them back before, and then they went and lost again.
Exactly.
So we'll see you this week. And then on to our game of the week. So Buccaneers 30, the 49ers 19. And Baker's brilliance. So they both came into it with equal records. But Baker Mayfield's now playing like a man possessed. No top receivers, no problem. He scrambled, improvised, and the legs that led the Bucs to the win.
I mean, that 3rd and 14 scramble, that was vintage Baker Mayfield. Shook and bake.
Yeah.
He put that fire. I mean, even Tampa's defence was relentless. I mean, 6 sacks, 2 picks. Good going, Tampa.
It was, yeah. But what's happening to the 49ers there? It's yet another injury.
Yeah.
To Fred Warner, heartbreaking for them. And as soon as he left there, that defence fell apart. And then Mac Jones, he's been playing well of late, but he didn't seem to handle the pressure very well, did he?
That was a big game, wasn't it, that one? I mean, the Bucs, both sides, as you said, are on good form, but the Bucs are definitely seriously becoming good contenders here. Mayfield's leadership is infectious. It was a big game for Mac Jones. Shake and bake, pulled out of the bag. Go Bucs.
Exactly. Well, you've got to look at the two holes that Brady left, wasn't it? At the Pats, they finally got Drake May living up to his hype, and then the Bucs have finally got somebody in that QB spot that could maybe push them on as well.
You don't want to play the Bucs in a minute, do you? Because they are on some good form.
No.
That's week 6. I mean, it was brilliant as always. The weeks have just been amazing. Season's been amazing so far. Yeah. On the good news, the Bills have got a bye this week, so I haven't got to worry about anything in week 7. Let's have a look at week 7's games. So, let's have a look at week 7's games. We start with the Eagles versus the Vikings. Bounce back? Or is it time for a breakdown? I mean, the Eagles are coming off 2 straight losses, and now they've got to face a rested Viking squad. Jalen Hurts needs to shake off that rust quick.
And Minnesota's defence has been sneaky good lately. If Hurts doesn't get the help from his O-line, it could be another long night.
Yeah, I do. I think, though, this will be quite a close game, I've got a feeling. And I am going to go, for this one, a Philly win, and Barkley's going to find some form in this one.
Yeah, I think I agree. It'll be close. But with the Vikings' D looking good, but their O-line is failing to impress. I think the Eagles could snatch this W here. I know they've got a couple of players out there, the Vikings, which could do some damage, but you've got to get the ball to them. And that QB spot is not good there. And Jalen Hurts is still Jalen Hurts.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
They've got some good weapons, the Eagles, haven't they? AJ Brown, I can see him picking up some yardage this week. And I say, if Barkley can find the form that we know he's capable of, I can't see past the Eagles.
Exactly. So moving on to another team we can't see past, it's Panthers versus Jets. So the Jets are 0-6. And as we say, if it wasn't for the Jets, the Ravens would be the worst team in the NFL. But the Jets posted minus 10 passing yards. That's not just bad. That is horrendous.
That is horrendous, isn't it? I'm sorry, Jets fan. Minus 10 passing yards. I fancy myself to have even done better than that if I was going to start in QB that week. I mean, meanwhile, though, the Panthers are rowing in a 2-game win streak.
Yep.
Rico Dowdle is running wild. I mean, and Chuba Hubbard, maybe he's back to his best.
Yeah, I think he's carrying a little knock, isn't he? But I think from what I've read today, I think he's... they're hopeful that he'll be back up and running.
Good. They'll need him. They'll definitely need him.
I think they can take on Mother Hubbard. And I think
Yeah.
I think she might get more than 10 passing yards. That's one down.
Yeah.
They
Didn't
had
even-
one down.
yeah.
They couldn't get one down by passing, in theory. The Jets are due, but I think the Carolina's ground game's good. I think they're starting to get some rhythm a little bit. They're inconsistent, but they've got enough, I think, to go past them.
The quarterback at Panthers, I think it's Bryce Young, isn't it? He's got a lot of ability. I mean, this is an opportunity for the Jets, mind you, because the Panthers, again, aren't great, but say that again, the Panthers aren't 0-6. So I'm actually going to go for a Panthers win. I think more misery for the Jets.
Yeah, I just can't see where they're going to get a win from. And we joked about the Ravens losing the bye week. Yeah, the Jets couldn't beat themselves, could they?
They look dreadful at the minute. Sorry, Jets fans, it looks bad for you guys.
But I think one thing we could be certain, it's not going to be a game for the purists.
No, definitely.
I think the winners are just going to be the ones that make the fewest mistakes. So I'm going to join you there with the Panthers.
You can't see past them, can you? The Jets just look so bad at the minute.
It could be the Pussycats against the Jets at the moment. Yeah.
That moves us on to Dolphins versus Browns. Another classic. This could be could be ugly, but I feel this might be a little bit more competitive. I mean, both teams are 1-5. Both need a win. I keep saying the Dolphins are going to turn it around, and the Browns can't move the ball, but Miami have got some flashes of some players. I mean, especially with Devon A-Chain, he looks incredible.
Yeah. And to be fair, the Cleveland defence has looked at times pretty solid.
Yeah.
But they're giving up so many big players. And A-Chain could break that open. Yeah.
I agree, man. I mean, I'm actually going. I'm calling it a Dolphins upset, but I mean, either of these teams could probably win this week. But I think they've just got a little bit more firepower than the Browns.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it comes down to moments. I think as we saw when the Browns visited London, it took one piece of magic and got the Vikings over the line. So I think I can see the Dolphins sneaking this again with A-Chain making a difference.
I agree, man.
Very similar, I think, it's going to be. Yeah. So that moves us on to the Titans against the Patriots. As we called them, the Minnows. And this one's personal. Mike Vrabel returning to face Belichick's successor. And the Titans are 1-5.
I hate to say this. This pains me to say it, but Drake is heating up. 3 straight wins. And that Pats defence is suffocating teams at the minute.
Not giving them a moment to settle either. And Cam Ward's been turnover prone so far. It's not been an easy baptism of fire, has it? I think if New England get an early lead, it could be lights out.
I think so as well, mate. I'm going with you. As much as I hate to say it, and I don't want Pats winning any more games, especially while we've got the bye week, but I think the Pats have got so many good players. Stevenson has been mentioned previously, Stephon Diggs, Drake May's on fire. I can't see past the Pats win.
No, I'm with you on that. It's much as we hate to see Danny Boy gloating in the group chat, the Titans are lost. Poor Cam Ward needs some protection and some targets. Hopefully, for us, it's closer than we think it's going to be. And it goes to the wire just to keep Danny's heart rate up. But in all honesty, as I said, if Pats get in front early, game over.
Next game we've got for this week, Raider Ross's Raiders versus the Chiefs. I mean, division drama at Arrowhead. Good news for the Raiders. They finally snapped their losing streak, but now they face an informed Patty Mahomes at Arrowhead.
Yeah, Vegas has covered 4 of the last 6 against KC. Chiefs defence is humming, and Mahomes looks locked in.
He does indeed, but I think unless the Raiders' defence can force some turnovers, this one, sorry Ross mate, could be one-sided. With Rashee Rice potentially back, Chiefs win for me.
Yeah, not just Mahomes looking MVP worthy they've got to worry about. But last week was a reminder to everyone that Kelsey is still a threat. For all the things that go on outside the game, he is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
You can't deny his talent. And they've got Rashee back this week. He'll be how many minutes he'll be getting in there. But Hollywood gave him some good yards.
Hollywood Brown, Marquise Brown, Isaiah Worthy, and Rashi Rice coming back. I mean, that is some players from Paddy to be aiming at.
I think it's going to be back to the walls for the Sin City boys. I think Crosby and Lawulu are going to be very busy in that Chiefs win.
I can't see past the Chiefs for this one.
Yep, and it's on to the final game, the Giants versus Broncos. And it's a big altitude test for the Big Blue. So Giants shocked the Eagles last week, but now they head to Denver. Broncos have won 3 straight and are favourites for this.
Yeah, you probably would say the Broncos are probably the favourites. I agree, mate. I mean, Bo Nix is starting to settle into the season now, and Denver's pass rush is nasty, but Jackson Dart has had a bit of a spark for New York, so you never know.
Yeah, I think this one's going to be closer than people think. Oh, we would have thought last week.
Yeah.
The Giants are scrappy.
I am going for an upset here, mate. I'm actually going for a Giants win. There's something about the Giants in a minute. With Dart and Scatterboo. Yeah. Scatterboo's fastly becoming one of my favourite players now because it's just mental. But I'm going for a Giants win.
I'm the same. For me, it has to be a Giants win. Especially after last week when I said the talented duo of Dart and Scatterboo weren't enough to beat the Eagles on their own. They should prove me wrong. Sorry, Gilly. There's only going to be one Gilligan going to get the spoils in the group chat this week. So that brings us to the end of our preview of this week's games.
Let's see how we get on next week. Welcome back to Mind the Snap, the only NFL podcast where we love stats, we hate refs, and we still think the Jags are just a fever dream.
So today's topic, NFL records. And this is inspired by last week's guest, Raider Ross, when you're talking about Aubrey and the kicking prowess. And it's got us thinking about what is the longest ever recorded field goal. And then we kind of spiraled into the iconic, the stupid, and the wait, did that actually happen moment?
We're going to be talking Brady stacking rings like he's got a Tesco Club Card booster, Jerry Rice refusing to age, the Lions making sadness an Olympic sport, and some kickers doing some witchcraft.
So basically it's a history lesson, taught in a pub, by 2 blokes who probably shouldn't be teachers.
No, definitely not, but let's do it.
So we start off our section with all-time iconic records. And with that, we can't get any more icon than the obvious one, Tom Brady. 7 Super Bowls. That's more than every other NFL franchise. That man collected rings like Avengers in Infinity Stones.
And just to make it even better for everyone else in the NFL, I mean, he retired twice, and then just to make sure everyone noticed.
And there's Jerry Rice, most receptions, yards, touchdowns, everything. It's that man's career looked like a Madden glitch.
Can you believe he played until he was 42? I mean, my knees hurt just thinking about that.
Yeah. Then we got the Emmitt Smith, the most rushing yards ever, 18,355. That's basically like running to Tesco's.
That is a lot of
yards.
That is a lot of yards.
Yeah.
And then my favourite, Michael Strachan, the single season sacks record, 22.5, gifted by Brett Favre like he was a Secret Santa.
That's charity work from the quarterback community there, isn't it?
So now we're going to look at some QB records. We've got passing yards, TDs, interceptions, and the sacks taken. So we'll start with Drew Brees. Most career passing yards. I mean, until Brady nicked it too, because he pretty much gets everything.
Yeah. So Tom Brady, the most passing TDs. And let's be honest, if there's a record, Brady's name is on there somewhere.
Yeah. Then you got Brett Favre, most interceptions, 336. I mean, that man was just giving the ball away, wasn't he? He was a turnover machine. But he did make it look quite heroic.
Exactly, yeah. So he's a gunslinger. Actually, I think he's probably colourblind.
Most sacks taken, David Carr, 76 in one season. The Texans O-line basically said, here you go, hit him.
I think the NHS waiting times are a lot shorter than how long he held the ball.
Yeah, definitely.
So move on to skill position madness. Receiving TDs in a game, biggest pushing game, etc. So the most receiving TDs in a game, Jerry Rice and others. Imagine fantasy points.
He would have been racking them up, wouldn't he, Jerry Rice, in fantasy? I mean, Then you got the most rushing yards in the game. Adrian Peterson got 296 on one knee. A rookie deal. A maniac.
He should have saved that season for his big bucks, shouldn't he?
Yeah, he should have done. He'd been round about beers then. So
and the most receiving yards in a game, Flipper Anderson.
That's a cool name.
336. The man may sound like a Pokemon, but he played like Megatron on a Red Bull.
What a cool name that is. Flipper Anderson.
That's like something out of Waterboy, isn't it?
Yeah, he can play with Chad Powers.
Yeah.
Most scrimmage yards in the season, Chris Johnson. God, these stats are amazing. 2,509. I mean, he was basically a Ferrari in shoulder pads.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. So on to team franchise records. Patriots dominance, Lions sadness, and the Browns losing streak. So the Patriots, 20 straight winning seasons. You know you're good when the rest of the league builds their entire lives around beating you.
Yeah, and yet still lost to Nick Foles in a Super Bowl. I mean, that is peak comedy.
You've got to laugh, Danny. You've got to laugh. And we got the Lions, 0-16 season. The first team to go completely winless. They didn't even trip and win by accident.
See, Raiders fans, it's not just you. Then you got the Browns, 17 straight losses. That's not a record. That is literally a cry for help.
Maybe that could be what the Jets are going for.
That's what they're going for. They want their own record. We're going to be rubbish. We're going hardcore.
Yeah, we got to take the Lions season, and then we got to beat the Browns straight at the same horses. And then meanwhile, the Steelers have never had a losing season under Tomlin. It's like some kind of witchcraft.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
Then we've got some weird and funny records. So we've got the longest field goal, most missed kicks, some mental stat line penalties. So the longest field goal was actually by Justin Tucker, 66 yards. Off the bar, I mean, by accident, probably by destiny.
I mean, Tucker's the only kicker with a swag over QB.
Then you got the most field goals in a season. I mean, some poor kicker in the 60s missed 26. Man was just getting his steps in, basically.
Yeah. But the most penalties in the game, Raiders with 23. They weren't playing football. They were committing crimes.
Oh, 23. That flag must have been worn out by the end of it. You got Jameis Winston, 30 TDs, 30 interceptions, all in one season. I mean, that is the true king of chaos.
I think to this day, he's the only man who played for both teams every week.
Yeah. Then we've got some longevity and bizarre career records. I mean, the oldest player ever, George Blanda, 48 years old. At that age, I'd be struggling to bend over and tie my laces.
Then we have Frank Gore. He played 16 seasons at running back. He just refused to die.
Can you imagine playing that long? I'm tired now thinking about it.
I don't think Jim Scarborough was going to be doing 16 seasons at running back.
No. Then you got most games without a playoff win. Sorry, Lions fans, that is you guys. QB Matty Stafford until he left. And then he won a Super Bowl straight after leaving.
I do think Detroit was holding him hostage there.
And then, will this record ever be broken? Alright, so this is rapid fire debate. Will Brady's 7 rings ever be broken, do you reckon?
I have no chance of that. You need so much talent, luck, coaching, rest on speed dial.
Yeah.
I think a lot of those ticking boxes there for Mahomes, but I don't see him in the modern game. I don't see them making it with the hits to take now and the rushing game. I don't think they'll be doing. I don't think Mahomes will play for another 10 years.
I think as well, the teams are so much competitive now. To try and win 7 rings now, like you look at this season, like you couldn't pick a Super Bowl winner, I don't think, at the minute, because everyone's beating everyone, unless you're the Colts at the minute who sort of getting through.
Yeah.
But the teams are so competitive, and you probably need a new body every 3 years to try and even compete for that.
Yeah. But look at the big, like Lamar's not really had many injuries, has he? And then this season is finally caught up with him in his MVP runs.
I think there's players who potentially could do it. I just think, to your point, you've got to have a bit of luck. It's all got to fall for you, I think.
Yeah. And what about Jerry Rice's receiving yards?
Well, I reckon the only person who probably could do that is probably Justin Jefferson, and that's as long as he plays until he's about 50 years old.
Yeah. You never know. You never know. So, and Strand sacks.
Micah Parsons, maybe Mars Garrett could. But the QBs now throw so quick these days.
Yeah, they're not scared in that now of just waiting the completions, are they? It's they'll just get the ball out of danger. They'll take the next down. Before they used to have a pride in their completion rates, didn't they? Yeah. And then finally, the Browns losing streak.
Do you know what? The Jets are going to do it this year. Rogue. The Jets. If they win a game this year, I'll be surprised.
At the moment, I just can't see it.
Honestly, you just can't see them winning a game at the moment, can you? But I say that, they'll probably play someone really decent and then just suddenly bag a win out of nowhere.
After game of season, they whoop the Eagles to knock them out. Or the Bills, not like take the wild card position off them or something silly. So anyway, that's the NFL records, the legends, disasters, and the absolute nonsense.
Some of those records are actually quite inspiring. Some are embarrassing, some are Jameis Winston.
Indeed, yeah. When you're QB3 with Rusty Wilson at QB1.
Yeah, exactly. You know you're in trouble then.
Yeah. So if you like this episode, drop us a follow, share it with a mate, and then send us in your favourite dumb NFL record.
And in the next episode, we're going to dive into our most overrated and underrated players in NFL history.
So prepare for some arguments and possibly violence.
Well, that just about wraps things up for today's episode of Mind the Snap, but big thanks for sticking with us, and we hope you enjoyed the ride.
Absolutely. And if you want to keep the conversation going, you can find us on Instagram at Mind the Snap Podcast, over on X at Mind the Snap Pod, and of course on TikTok at Mind the Snap Podcast.
Make sure to go and give us a follow, drop us your thoughts, and let us know your hot takes. As we keep saying, we love hearing from you guys.
Exactly, we do indeed. So get involved in our lucky thoughts. Let us know where we're going wrong, because we are.
Yeah.
Don't forget to tune in next week to see how we do with our predictions. And as usual, dive into some more NFL action stories and kick off some spicy debates too.
Until then, thanks for listening, and remember,
Mind the snap.